Avenue. We're over in the Morningside neighborhood, Detroit's East Side. Morningside Cafe is the collective of coffee, entertainment, and community all in one. We're right here on an emerging corridor in the city of Detroit, East Warren. It's been a complete 180 from just a couple years ago. We have a beautiful brand new streetscape, dedicated bike lanes, trees, brand new lighting, benches for people to sit out, outdoor space for the businesses to have patios set up for their patrons. I'm really excited to see what's coming to the neighborhood. I'm definitely excited for the new businesses that's online, that's coming in the pipeline. Ourselves, we're one of the newer businesses that recently opened. Next Chapter Books, Terry's Bakery and Cakes, the Ribbon Project, residential and retail first floor. Excited for those projects. It's a good time to be over here in Morningside, East Indies Village, Cornerstone Village. My journey personally, Morningside Cafe was a passion project for me a few years ago. This is my childhood neighborhood. This is where I grew up. We didn't have those neighborhood amenities. We once had those neighborhood amenities, but we lost all those amenities for people to come and get a cup of coffee or to sit down and dine and congregate with one another. Something as simple as getting a cup of coffee, you got to go downtown or midtown or even over into the Grosse Points or our suburban neighbors. And in my eyes, that wasn't okay with me. So came up with the idea for a coffee shop. And here we are a number of years later, and we finally got it open. We definitely overcame some hurdles. Last year we were set to open at the very top of 2022, and a neighboring business caught on fire, which spread over to our building. So that's us like a year and a half. So just imagine everything that comes with it. It was definitely a fight, a battle. Battle with the insurance companies alone. That was like, I'm gonna wish that on my worst enemy. But we persevered, we here. It's a welcome asset to the community. And I just want people to know that we're here. The wait is finally over. Definitely want to encourage everyone to take the time to step in and check us out. One thing I will leave with this Morningside Cafe, I always have the vision in the back of my mind, the next generation. I always think about those that's coming up and following our lead. So I want this to be a inspiration for them. So those that's coming up, they can stay right here in the neighborhood and do something similar or even bigger than Morningside Cafe. So that's it. Patronize us. We're open 7 days a week. And see you soon. Coffee Vibes. Morningside represent.
So in terms of your socials, where can we find you at?
Sure. IG, Instagram, Morningside Cafe. Facebook, Morningside Cafe, DET. And X, formerly known as Twitter, MSC Detroit.
Perfect. Thank you, boss.
No problem.
Hi, so my name is Aftan Malone. I am the D4 District Business Liaison for the Detroit Economic Growth Corporation. And I love Detroit, born and raised East Sider, and I grew up actually in this area. So I grew up on East Warren. I've been living over here for over 20 years. I even moved my family to this area, and it's just such a breath of fresh air to actually see this area come back. Being from this area, I remember how it used to look years ago when it was very vibrant, very colorful, going all the way down the corridor. It was a lot of businesses, a lot of families, and so that was lost, because of the housing and everything. But this area stays strong. It's a lot of great people here. There's a lot of resilient people here, and they're here to stay. So I think that it's not only a blessing, but it's a pleasure to be able to witness this firsthand and to be able to advocate for small businesses. Small businesses, they're the heart of any community. There is no downtown if there is no neighborhood. So everything that we do in the neighborhoods bleeds right into downtown. And so to be able to firsthand advocate for small businesses, mom and pop shops, legacy businesses is just a dream come true. It's an honor, it's a pleasure, and anything that I can do to help them, to help families grow, it's just a blessing. So it's more of a blessing to me than it is, I guess, for them. So I'm excited, and I'm just helping to help and to support any way I can.
What's going on, folks? Eddy Carrington, Mayor of Flux City, Thanks for chiming in for another episode of Flux City Weekly. And it's Tuesday, November 14th, and we have a lot happening today. We have our owners, architects, contractors meeting today. The tenant for the first level will be on site to walk the property. We have the HVAC team here focusing on, getting all of their runs taken care of as much as possible. So, just in general, a lot of activity on site, and I'll be showing you around and kind of talking you through certain things as well. But one thing that I've been working on is before we get to a point when we, close up these walls, we want to get the cable lines ran, or the internet lines ran, whether it be through Comcast or AT&T. We need to have a provider come and run some lines for us so we can, button up, the walls, close the walls up and so on and so forth. But it is a shocker that it's so hard to kind of line this up with these cable providers, as far as getting in contact with somebody to have them come out and survey the residential side in order for us to figure out what next steps may look like regarding incorporating them into the overall process of running lines throughout the facility. I spent hours on the call or on the phone with both Comcast and AT&T, basically, to try to figure out who will I be able to get in contact with first in order to get these lines ran, and no luck as of yet. Surprisingly enough, I reached out to AT&T, and they said since the building that I'm constructing isn't 50 units or more, it's a little harder for me to work with them. And that was a bit of a shocker, due to the fact that, hey, listen, once again, this is only 18 units, but, in order to kind of work with their team, you got to have 50 plus units. Whereas Comcast seems to be able to work with me, but, once again, it hasn't been as clear and concise as I would like for it to be. And so therefore, that's a bit of a question mark when it comes to kind of time frame and things of that nature. But with that said, come along as I show you around the site.
You're wearing that's why you wear boots, I guess. Right footwear.
Oh yeah, that thing's filled up with dirt.
Nice socks, Shane.
What do I have? Champagne glasses? That's why you wear work boots. It's BC office though.
The Mayor Mobile. 1994 Ford Ranger. Splash Edition. What you know about that? What's going on, people? Today is Thursday, November 16th. And I'm headed to the site. Gotta apologize because I did state that on Tuesday I was going to show you around a bit, but we got pretty busy. We had a lot happening on site, as I mentioned earlier, but I was hoping to show you around. I was hoping to actually get an opportunity to pull Jasmine with Gajiza Dumplings to the side to talk about what she's working on and what she's planning on bringing to the site. But we also had somebody from Motor City Match come by and tour the site for Jasmine. We had the architects on site. We had a D4 business representative on site as well. And Aftan is an amazing individual who is over the D4 area, and she's actually a resident of East English Village, lives on the street that we're doing our ribbon development on. And by this time of the video, you probably already have had a good introduction to Aftan, who also is an aspiring developer as well. So really excited about what her future looks like with regard to real estate development, on top of the fact that, you know, she's in our district, in District 4, helping to bring more businesses online across the commercial corridor. But we also had an opportunity to record an OAC, so an owner's architect contractor meeting. Is basically where we all sit down and talk about the schedule, talk about any roadblocks or challenges we may be facing, talk about you know, any potential change orders, things of that nature. But I want to share that with you guys as far as from a high level, you know, how those conversations go. And in this example that I'm going to share with you, I'm really just sitting back listening to you know, the GC or the construction manager you know, kind of go over everything without, you know, interrupting in this scenario. But there are a lot of times where there are topics that we spend, you know, 5, 10, 20 minutes, an hour going over in order for me to gain clarity, in order for the trades to gain clarity, the GC to gain clarity. You know, in a lot of scenarios we're having a walking OAC, which is where we're walking through the property and confirming certain things and or pointing out certain things in real time, right? So usually an OAC happens every week. Depending on how big your project is or how small your project is, you may find yourself having an OAC once every 2 weeks or even once a month. But with the size of our project on East Warren, we have an OAC once a week. So check it out.
So quick schedule update. We did run through punch list with our framers. They do have a few things. We do have the inspector coming out tomorrow for specific, you know, spot by spot inspections. We're not going to do a full-blown framing inspection because they do have a few things they need to wrap up on their end.
Mainly a proactive walkthrough, see what we're going to get called on, see if there are any issues. They're going to want to talk rated assemblies throughout, make sure that everything's being planned the right way.
So framers will be back here tomorrow morning to kind of work through those miscellaneous items. That would be the shaft wall is one of the things they're going to be doing. So they're going to be cutting the openings, and then we'll be removing one side of the walls so that our drywallers can install their drywall on the inside. Masonry is basically done for the season. They do have some thin brick. You probably saw the pallet out here. That's going to be installed on the roof. The main wing wall in the north corner has kind of a jut in there, and we're going to face that with that thin brick there.
Did we go through that with you?
Yeah. We had talked about, you guys trying to tooth that in? Is there a final?
It's going to be a column because they're worried about expansion, contraction going over this wood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I do have a question. The elevator shaft, the bit of a shade
Repair.
like
No. So there's actually some additional things that after talking to our elevator contractor that needs to be done in that area by our concrete contractor.
Okay.
So they've got a few little items in that pit that they need to
Gotcha.
address.
On top of
And
that.
Yes.
Perfect, gotcha.
Yep, so they will be doing that. We're working on what,
Gotcha.
obviously before the elevator contractor comes in and installs. So, yeah, so brick washing should be happening hopefully this week as well. That was the plan as of last week with MSM, and then they're gonna be getting all of their material out here. They got a bunch of it over on the side here. Plumbing, they're working on the rough-in. They're basically finished on the 3rd floor, so they're on the 2nd floor right now doing their rough-in. Tomorrow they're gonna be starting to bring that water main from the front of the building into the back. So they'll be starting that tomorrow. Oh, and running their storm drain main out off the front corner of the building out to the existing, well, the newly installed storm drain. HVAC, they have completed all of their roof penetrations and they are roughing out on the 3rd floor. They'll be dropping to the 2nd floor probably by the beginning of next week. Electricians, we just poured their transformer pad. They will be in here most likely starting Thursday to start their rough on the 3rd floor. And yeah, so they'll be starting their rough on the 3rd floor. Our glazing contractor will be coming in here tomorrow or Thursday morning, and then I'll be measuring our storefront window openings. We did pour all of those concrete sills in all of our man door openings so that they could, get an accurate measurement.
That's a different vendor than the residential units?
Same contractor,
Okay.
2 different brand of,
Gotcha.
but same contractor. They're doing all of that.
Windows are a longer lead time than the
Are they
store.
glazing in glass, or you just putting plywood in until which time you want glass and?
No, we'll get the glass.
I think we're gonna go straight to glass and plywood. Yeah. I mean, that's the hope. Yeah.
Yep.
Concrete, so our water main is coming to the back of the building, should be finished by the end of the week. Next week, we're scheduling our concrete guys to come in and pour the mechanical room and the vestibule up front so basically we need both of those poured in order to bring power into the building so that we can frame up in the mechanical room, bring power into the building, and then so that we can install our vestibule glass on the inside front center of the building.
Just so you guys are aware, before you go into this meeting with the guys, we're only pouring what we need to on the 1st floor for now.
Sure.
And hopefully she gets, plans together that we can put in if we just do the underground at once, because otherwise we're gonna have to cut all over.
Yeah, that would be a waste.
Yep.
Total waste.
Yeah, so the inside's just gonna be dirt.
Yeah.
They might prep it to get it ready for concrete and then we can dig through that later, I don't know yet, but for now, we're just doing mechanical room, vestibule.
Can you tell them about the plumbing work you did on the 1st level, where you kind of ran certain drains?
Yeah, they future-proofed it. I gave them a basic plan and said it's highly doubtful that there's gonna be a kitchen in this corner.
Right.
The kitchen would be that way, bathroom group would be towards the back.
Absolutely.
So they stubbed out on their underground stuff, so we've got probably 3 or 4 easy spots to tie into, and then we can branch easily from there, but we're not pouring that concrete.
Makes sense.
We'll just leave it in Eddie's budget for now, and then when it comes down to it, we'll do all the work with the guys. We'll dip into his budget to pour the concrete, because right now it's in his budget to pour that whole slab. But it'll save her money and be a much better finished product.
This week's kind of a cleanup week too for a couple of contractors. Concrete contractor's gonna come and take our spoils out that our electrician used there. It's kind of sitting behind this dumpster. Once all the masonry stuff's out of here, I can get this dumpster switched out to unimportant. Fire suppression plans to start in about 2 to 3 weeks. So he also has to run his fire suppression main from the front of the building to the back of the building. He is going overhead, So that doesn't affect our timeline as far as pouring the mechanical room, but he will be doing that in 2 to 3 weeks once we've kind of gotten our plumber out of that area, so he can get in there. And then brick washing is being scheduled. It was scheduled last week. It's supposed to be for this week, but this one's been difficult to get a hold of. That is basically everything.
All right, so I'm Joe Hudek from Infuse Architects, the designer here at this project. Been doing this for about 10 years. And this is kind of one of the bigger multifamily mixed-use projects that I've been a part of. So to watch it grow and come alive has been a joy to see. Also, I think this is more than just a building. It's part of urban design. Here with the streetscape, all the investment the city has done here on East Warren, that this becomes a gathering space, provides quality, affordable housing, provides a good restaurant that's going to come. This will be a nice staple and start to allow for the acceleration of this neighborhood to develop further.
That's it for Flux City Weekly. Thanks for chiming in. Hopefully you're finding value out of these weekly episodes, and if so, please like, subscribe, comment below, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next week.